everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today's video is an open invite minis challenge hosted by Crafted by Corie. I'll leave a link to her in the description box along with the playlist. DIY number 1, mini tier tray. For this challenge, you had to make a tier tray and then put all of your minis on it. I decided to make a mini tier tray to go with the minis theme. Now the theme is also summer, so all of the items should have something to do with summer. So I'm constructing this tier tray, and I've never made one before. So I just selected the wood pieces that I would use. Now my brother-in-law had cut me down some of these wood pieces for another challenge that I did recently. I'll link that in the description box as well. And so I decided to use some of these pieces because he gave me quite a few. So I was just deciding how high I wanted each level to be and which wood slice to use. Because I went outside and I got a little branch to put in between. And I was using those cutters just to level off so it would be a smooth surface. Once I selected the proper disc, I made sure to take off all the splinters just using a popsicle stick, and then I added some more glue. You will have to hold the disc there on the glue until it somewhat dries. If you let go, it will fall down. DIY number 2, mini swimming pool. I had gotten these samples of cream and I wasn't doing anything with it, and I had this mask that broke, and I thought that the design on the mask kind of reminded me of waves. So what I did was I cut out a piece of the mask that I wanted, and then I just used hot glue to glue the mask onto the little round piece all the way around. Because sometimes there's swimming pools that they have that are blue. And once I did that, I cut another piece to put for the inside of the pool. And so then I just stuck that in. So it's like a little wave pool. And once I did that, I had this sucker stick and I just cut it and bent it a little bit. And I did that twice, one for each side. And then, a Hawaiian lei, if you've ever taken that apart, there's these little plastic pieces inside. Well, I cut up one of those little plastic pieces to make a little ladder, and the little plastic pieces were going to be the steps. And then I just glued on the other side. I'm really happy with how this turned out. DIY number 3, mini beach pillow. So I had this sunglasses pouch from Dollar Tree, and I just cut out one of the sections. And then I took a couple of these cotton pads and I glued them together just to make them a little thick. And then I put them on the inside and I glued all around the edges of the little eyeglass pouch to make it into a little pillow. And the pillow says, "I'm feeling those tropical vibes." And I think it's really cute. Here's how my tier tray looks so far. DIY number 4, mini swim goggles. What's more fun at the pool than to dive down into the water? And sometimes you need some swim goggles. So what I used is some sunflower seeds. Yes, I did. So I took 2 sunflower seeds, one at a time, and I took part of that mask, the elastic part, and I just glued the sunflower seed onto the elastic, And then I turned it a bit so that it would go in like an oval shape. And I just glued the other piece on. And I did that on both sides. And once I did that, I took another little piece of the lei plastic, just a little tiny piece, and I put that in the middle, and then I glued both sides to each other. I just turned the edges of the glasses in towards each other at the back, and then I glued them together. And here they are. DIY number 5, mini swim fins. Did you ever use one of these little hotties in winter to keep your hands warm? I always wondered what was inside, and today I found out. It's this black charcoal. Anyways, I needed this to help make my swim fins. So what I did was I cut it in half, and then I glued the halfway point together, and then I cut that again. Once I had that cut off, I did glue the top of it, and I tried to make it into kind of a triangle shape. Once I had the shape I wanted, I took some of this black tape I got at Dollar Tree, and I cut it, and then I just covered it just by pushing it down and turning it around. Then I cut off the excess. It was really sticky tape. Once I did that, I took some of this red tape and I made like a little red circle. Then I decided I would make the little swim fin even smaller, so I cut the black piece in half, and then I used some more tape just to close the gap. Once I did that, I took the red piece and I put a little black piece inside to make it look more like a swim fin, like the opening where you put your foot. And I did the same thing with the other half, just using the black tape to close up the little spot that I had cut. And I made another red circle as well. I was just trying to get the right shape here. And then this is what they look like, swim fins. DIY number 6, Mini Snorkel. I took a hair tie and I cut it in half, and then I took some black tape and I cut out a slice of it, and I just inserted the hair tie, and then I started rolling up the black tape until I got this shape. And once I had that, I just cut the end a little bit to make the snorkel mouthpiece. Then I tried using hot glue to hold those two pieces together, but it didn't work. So I just took a little piece of tape and I used that instead to hold it. Then I cut off some of the top just to make it shorter. And there was a red piece sticking out. And on snorkels, usually there's an end red piece. So I took some red tape and I made like the red middle piece just so it matched. And here it is. Here's what it looks like so far. DIY number 7, mini beach sign. So I had this arrow from a Tim Holtz pack that I got in a Michael's grab bag haul, and those letters came with it. So what I did was I cut out the letters to spell the word beach. And then I took the piece off the eyeglass pouch, you know, just the packaging part, and I placed all the letters where I thought they would look good. Then I glued all the letters down. Once that was done, I just cut out the sign. I thought the sign looked kind of like something you'd see at the beach because it's blue and white. And then I just glued on the arrow using hot glue. And this is how it turned out. So I started to do the next DIY, which involved these little flowers and this branch that I had. And I was cutting off all of the branches. And when I did that, it brought us to DIY number 8, mini palm tree. So once I got all of the flowers off that branch, I was left with the leaves, and I thought it looked just like a little palm tree. It's one of those cute accidents. DIY number 9, mini wedding bouquet. So I decided to make a little mini wedding bouquet because weddings are summery. Lots of people get married in the summer. So what I did was I had this hair tie and it had these little roses on it. So what I did was I took them off and I cut out some little stems and I glued the rose to the stem until I got about 6 of them. And then I took this little elastic and I just put them all together on the elastic. Once I did that, I took part of the hair tie. It had this tool on it, and I just wrapped it around a couple of times using hot glue. And then it came into like a bouquet. I just cut the bottom and then added some hot glue to that. It could be a destination wedding. And I just added it to the tier tray. Well, here it is, my mini tier tray with my 8 little minis on top. The snorkel, the swim fins, the pillow, the beach sign, the little goggles, the little pool, the mini bouquet, and the palm tree. I'm really happy with how this turned out. And if you want to see more summery miniature videos, make sure to check out the playlist below. And check out Crafted by Corie. She's an amazing YouTuber and she has mini challenges every month. You can also find her on Instagram. Well, that's it for my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give me a big thumbs up if you liked it. Check my channel very soon for hauls, DIYs, try-ons in my room.